Good morning, moms. So today is my day off and it's been a little bit of a different morning, and it seems like whenever you have one of those mornings or days that are different than the others, you're outside of your routine and your schedule, things just happen. And really, it's the perfect time for them to happen. So today, my 3-year-old is at his grandma's house, one of his grandmas, and he's there all day. This is the first time this has ever happened. So this is a pretty big deal. And this morning, as I was feeding my infant, who's distracting me right now, as I was feeding him his bottle this morning, I realized that I hadn't really thought about the day and what the possibilities of the day could bring. So fed him, realized we had ran out of creamer, and I thought, hey, that's okay, no problem. I don't have to work today. I've just got one kiddo. I'll just hop in the car, go through the drive-thru and get a coffee. So I did that. And then I realized that my check engine light was still on, and it's been on for about a week. I mentioned it to my husband. I haven't reminded him about it. Neither one of us has been diligent about it. So, of course, an off noise starts presenting itself while I'm in the drive-thru, and I'm thinking, great. By the way, good thing I grabbed the diaper bag and a bottle and formula just in case. So after I finish through the drive-thru, I head over to a nearby gas station and I check the oil. Just as a reminder, ladies, if it's been a while, there's a release inside the car, and then your hood should kind of disengage a little bit, and then there'll be a latch. So then you go over to your hood and unlatch it and lift it up. Now, I don't mean this to be disrespectful to any of the women out there or the moms out there. I just know that since I've had my current car, I've kind of gotten soft when it comes to oil changes and checking under the hood. Growing up and in college and high school, I would have to check my oil all the time, and I would take care of it all of the time in between oil changes. But now that I have my current car and I've had it for 4.5 years, it really doesn't need oil in between oil changes. Today was a different case, however, because I'm a little behind on my oil change. So anyways, getting back to it, check the oil, pull out the dipstick, clean it off so it's nice and fresh, reinsert the dipstick, and then pull it back out so that you can get a good reading of your oil levels. So my car was almost bone dry. Really bad, right? So I just quickly grabbed the little infant carrier, which those things are so heavy, and I know I was carrying it the wrong way. Grabbed that thing, grabbed my phone and my wallet and my keys, and ran into the store. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I don't even know what kind of oil this car takes. Because again, it's been such a good car and I haven't had to replace the oil in between oil changes that I don't know what kind of oil it takes. So there's my little guy who's not taking his nap. So anyways, went into the store, called my husband, and couldn't reach him. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll look up the make and model online. So I got online, looked up the make and model, and couldn't find the necessary information, at least not quickly. I just kept reaching, getting all these different forums and conversations like, what oil? I'm trying to change my oil myself, and what oil does everyone recommend? And, all this. And I'm not into changing my oil myself. I just needed to kind of replenish. So next thing I did is I called the place that normally does my oil changes. And I said, hey, I know I'm due for an oil change, but what kind of oil does my vehicle take? So I gave them the make and model, and they looked at my account and they told me the oil. So that was a godsend. Grab the oil, don't forget the cup or the little funnel, and paid for it, got out there, took care of business. Just as a reminder, you put that little funnel cup in, pour some oil in. Don't pour the whole thing in, okay? Because you may not need that whole quart or container, whatever size it is. So poured most of it in, let it sit for a minute, checked the oil levels again. I was a little over full, so I had put a little bit too much oil in, but not the whole container, which was good. And then closed it up, headed home. So I hope this is helpful to you. Hopefully you won't be in the same pickle or predicament that I was. Again, it was the perfect timing. It was my day off, and I only had one kiddo to care for, so that was great. But moms, I encourage you, actually, I challenge you. If you haven't changed the oil or checked, excuse me, not changed, don't do that. If you have not checked the oil in your vehicle in a long time or ever, I encourage you to pop that hood. If you need some assistance from a man in your life or a person in your life who can help with that, your husband, a friend, a brother, a sister, anyone, have them show you if you've never done it. But I encourage you to pop that hood, check your oil levels, and if you need oil, I challenge you to add some oil to your car. I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Have a great day. Be encouraged.